Hey everybody, it's Shelley, and I'm here again with more extreme content from none other than PR Extreme 8. So we are here today to look at a young lady named Shea who is going to apparently boycott African businesses starting August 1st through August 31st. She's feeling as if she's been disrespected. Poor Shea. She's disrespected. She's not feeling loved. She's not feeling the love that the Africans can give off. Apparently, there is no love to be given, according to Shea. But anyway, she is actually going to set off this little movement that she's feeling is going to take off. And so let's see what Shea has to say.
Hi, guys. So listen, I made this post to boycott the African braid shops. And honestly, I didn't expect it to pick up as much momentum as it did, but it did. And I think it's a good thing. And like I said, I don't just talk about it, I bees about it. So since it's picking up so much momentum, since we are in a paradigm shift, and since we as Black Americans are really sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of telling them we are sick and tired of being beat, battered, bullied, and abused by every ethnicity that is not a Black American, I have picked a date, and I say starting August the 1st, for the entire month of August, we boycott African-owned businesses. That includes restaurants, hair salons, braid shops, etc., etc.
Okay, so she wants to boycott all African-owned businesses, not just the braid shops, but she's saying all the businesses. So apparently, she's feeling disrespected, as I mentioned earlier. But I'm feeling like that's a little that's a stretch. It's a little stretch because I feel like there's no way that we can just take an entire group of people and say that they're disrespecting us as Black Americans. I don't think that we should be really taking it out on everybody because this is not a everybody occurrence.
It's time to show them that our Black American dollar is what runs this damn country. We are no longer tolerating disrespect. We are demanding it. We have been punching bags long enough. No more. So, I say again, August 1st, we're going to start. And for the entire month of August, no support for African businesses from Black America.
No support. Wow.
Now, there are some of you in the comments that are saying, well, if we're going to do this to our own people, to Africans, which, by the way, they're not our own people. They are not Black American, and they don't even want to associate themselves with us. But I digress.
Yes, so let me just clarify that. So African is a continent and Black is a race of people. It's referring to a racial descriptor, I guess you would say. And so, ultimately, it encompasses a broader group of people who may not live in Africa when you say Black, right? But then there are people that live in Africa that may not necessarily be Black. I mean, it encompasses a full group of diverse people. So, um, Blacks and Africans have gone through similar experiences. They, have definitely faced some racism in some regards. And so, as a whole, I don't know if I would say that, they're separate in many ways, but we've probably experienced lots of the same things. I have heard that some Africans do not want to be known as Black. And so I don't know how much of a truth that is, but I mean, I have heard that in the past. So
If we're going to do this to them, then y'all are saying, well, we should do this to the Asians. We should do this to the Arabs. We should do this to this. I agree. And if you want to do that, start your cause. Shit, again, I bees in the trap. I'm about this life. We can do one ethnicity a month for all I care. Start your cause, get out my comments, start your cause, and we'll follow it. That's it. Don't challenge me to do it. I'm doing what I believe in right now. So you do what you believe in right now. This one is August. Pick who you want to do for the month of September. State your case, start your cause, share your video that is motivating this, and rally the troops. I am all in.
So she's all in. I don't know how many of you are all in, but I feel like if you are actually experiencing some sort of, I mean, Shay, I feel like you're just upset because, things didn't go your way at a couple of shops that you've been to. And perhaps maybe, you go into the shops and the African women aren't as engaging as you would like for them to be. Well, we shouldn't really boycott the entire shop. I think what we should do is maybe we can encourage some sort of dialogue. Maybe we can, let them know. I mean, speak with them, have a conversation and say, hey, we don't feel welcome here. Perhaps maybe, there's some sort of way that if we feel more welcoming, because, a lot of the people that do utilize these services are Black women. Black women are the ones that 99% of the time go get their hair done by the African braiders. So, I mean, it is true that we do spend our money there, but I feel like there's a different way to go about this, because what it's doing is we are pretty much putting everybody in the same category. And I don't always feel that it's an everybody thing. Because a lot of times you'll find that you'll go to a nail shop, and the women that are doing the nails may be speaking their language, and they're not making you feel welcome. And I remember saying something one time when I went to go get my nails done, and I said, hey, you're speaking a different language. We don't know what you're saying. I think it's kind of unprofessional. I feel like if we're in here getting our nails done, then if you do know English, that English should be the language you should be speaking at the moment, because I feel it's just only professional. Now, sometimes you will find that maybe the Africans don't know the language or what have you. So perhaps it might be a little more difficult. But as a whole, I do feel that when you have clients in there that are of American, descent, then you should be speaking English so that they can understand and feel a part of what's going on. And I also feel that outside of just having that mutual dialogue and mutual conversation, I feel that there's some sort of customer service training maybe that could go on, because perhaps maybe, it's a cultural thing. Maybe the African women just deal with things differently in their country. I don't know, because I've never been to Africa, so I have never seen, how their shops are. But perhaps maybe it's just some sort of cultural sensitivity that we can bypass. I don't know. I also feel that, there should be some greater inclusion of maybe Black women that work in the shops if they want. I think it should be open so that, as a matter of fact, I did just go to a shop, and I did see that while I was in there, there were a group of African women, and there were two stylists who were Black Americans. And so I thought that was nice. Maybe if they're more inclusive, then women would feel more included and they'll want to go in and get their hair done. So I don't know. I just don't think that this is the way to go about it, by doing an entire boycott of all African businesses. Just doesn't seem like it is the thing to do.
But right now, for the month of August, August 1st through August 31st, no support for African businesses. All right? And as I always say, Black American power.
Now, there are some comments that came in on this as I was going through and reading this. One of our people watching mentioned that she's been boycotting for a long time of the African businesses. She's been boycotting because she thinks that some of them rip the hair out on purpose. Now, I know that they are known for, pulling the hair hard, but I will say the hair does stay. But, hey, if you like going, if you like going to the African businesses and you don't have any, adversity against them, by all means, continue to go. Don't follow Shay and don't go boycotting the businesses because I don't think it's really going to serve any purpose. I feel that, you'll do that. You'll make these people who are working their hardest to get their businesses out there. You got, Black women, minority owned businesses, and you have women owned businesses, and you have veteran owned businesses. And, they could be African. And I feel like you're doing a disservice by not supporting them. I always try to support local and small businesses anyway. And then I have someone else that said, we don't care because your dollars don't pay our bills. We are doctors, lawyers, nurses, engineers, pilots, educators, and business owners. And so African stores and braiding shops are the least of what we do. Now, I have something to say about that comment because it's almost like you're saying that these African businesses are a little lesser on the totem pole. And I disagree. I feel that they're doing a big service that people need and people want. And so, regardless of what it is, one, it doesn't make you a better African because you're a pilot or because you're, a nurse or a doctor. And then you have the peons down here who are braiding hair. I disagree with that scenario. I feel like everybody who's an entrepreneur is doing their best to, put their best foot forward. And so don't criticize or critique or make yourself seem better or any higher up. I feel like a business owner is a business owner, despite what it is that they do. It's a service that they're offering to the community. And hey, we ought to go ahead and patronize them. So Shay, boop, I am not with you on this one. But I mean, okay, if you guys want to do it, go right ahead. I've been to some African businesses that I absolutely like, and I love the people within it. They may not be, the most warm and fuzzy people that you see, but I still feel that there's conversation to be had. And maybe if you get to know them a little better, or if you conversate with them, or if, they conversate with you, maybe you can get some dialogue going and you'll get to see, how each other really is as a person. Anyway, that's my thought. So go ahead and don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to comment. And by all means, hit that notification bell because you'll be able to keep abreast of all the content, extreme content that we put forward. And I want you to be a part of it. So I'll look forward to seeing you there.